They're all wearing these goddamn mops on their head, pardon my French. Hey y'all, it's Mickey Smith here. So today I want to have a real talk about something that's maybe a little controversial, can be a little bit of a touchy subject, and that is Black women hair, right? So I, at this current time, happen to be a natural Afro-wearing, coily haired girl, right? And I haven't been doing this that long, maybe about 3 years. Certainly the pandemic fast tracked me to that. Prior to that, I wore wigs. And prior to that, I wore weaves. And prior to that, I was just a relaxer wearing hot mess. But what I really want to focus on in this conversation is what drives all of that erratic change with Black women. And I am going to speak from my own experience. And my experience happens to align with quite a lot of people that I know, that I've worked with or have been friends with, relatives with. So I think I'm speaking from a point of true knowledge, even though it may seem like it's anecdotal. Okay, so let's dive right in. And to all of you who are joining me and you're new to this channel, I want to say thank you for taking a listen. And if you would like, share, comment, please subscribe to this channel. You can expect to have deeper conversations and more real talk as we move forward. So let's get into this. So here's the reason why I really wanted to talk about it. My timeline during this season of all things award shows, right? We've had the Grammys, we've had the Emmys, we've had the Oscars, we've had the BET Awards, we've had New York Fashion Week, we have influencers all over the place. And I think as I've come to a big age, right? I'm a woman of a certain age, so I have a lot of wisdom. So listen to me. I'm seeing a lot of photos, etc., of women, absolutely stunning, beautiful women, but the wigs are making me question, especially in this here Black History Month, what the flip Wilson are we doing? Why are we all walking around? And I'm saying the collective we, right? Because obviously this is the real. Why are we walking around with this European, this East Asian, all of these types of hair? What happened to us? I recently fell in love with, and my uncle put me onto this, I'm a piano, right? That vibe, that music from Africa that is so hot right now. And I was looking at the videos, you know, I'm dancing, etc. And I'm checking out the videos of people in the clubs and in the videos, etc., etc. And everybody and their mama is wearing a wig. And I'm like, well, golly, they're in Africa and they don't even look African. They're all wearing these goddamn mops on their head, pardon my French. And it really made me start to think about Black women globally. What is happening to us? Were we all indoctrinated? Like, why are we all veering away from the hair that grows out of our damn head? It's not cool, people. And I say this as someone, as I said at the top of this video, who wore wigs and weaves and who relaxed my hair. Now in the 70s, and I do recall some of the 70s, yes, I'm that damn old, I remember the movement, the Afro picks, the afros, the braids, which I think came from the motherland. But now we're so much into looking like the Europeans and Asians. It makes me question what is happening in our culture. And should we be doing this? Check out some of these pictures of me with these wigs on my head. Now, granted, these are not high-end wigs, so they're not the cutest, but I'm under them, so they are cute, all right? And anyone that begs to differ, I think you've got a problem. But back to the conversation here, what is going on with us? Why aren't we wearing our own hair? I know we're into this, I'm doing protective styles so that I can protect my hair and grow my hair. Okay, so we're protecting it, wink, wink. We're growing it, but we're growing it to do what? Because once it's grown, we're not wearing it. We're wearing other people's hair. We're wearing wigs. It just seems so stupid when you think about it. The other thing that we hear that's very common is, well, it's like part of the outfit, right? It's like putting on jewelry, etc. No, it's not. I think what you do with your hair is more akin to what we do with our fingernails, what we do with our makeup, which is you take what you've got and you highlight the things that you think are assets, and you tone down the things that you may not like that much. So as an example, I'm natural, right? But I have color. So I'm highlighting my hair because I have a type of hair that's dull. It's fine, it's thin. There's lots of strands, but they're very thin strands. So to give my hair some depth, I put color. Now for this particular video, I've used little to minimal product because I really wanted you to see, right, as much of my natural state as possible. Because if I slap some gel in here, it's gonna look really coily, it's gonna look more shiny, etc. But right now, I'm as close to the state of when I come out of a shower and air dry as possible. And you guys know this, right? For those of you that are African American, you know we have lots of shrinkage with our hair once you get to this type of hair pattern. And you know that, let me just show you, right? And for those of you that are not African American, you may not be aware, but this is what my hair looks like, right? When it's stretched. And even when I put heat on it, it would be even more elongated. And I hope you can see that, right? Now, I can choose to wear my hair straight, blow it straight, use heat. I can use product to make it more coily. It's very versatile on its own. I can cut this bad boy super low, or I can grow it out. There's so much I can do with it. And I get it. Our hair is not the easiest. My type of hair is extremely fragile, right? So low manipulation is really the key. But I also know that wearing wigs, this section right here and this section right here tends to start thinning out, right? Your scalp doesn't get the air that it needs in many instances. So although we, in some cases, call it protective styling, it's really not doing much for us. So at the end of the day, I think we're kidding ourselves. We just need to figure out how to deal with our natural hair, how it comes out of our head, how to take care of it, how to be proud of it. Because the older I get, the more I realize as I'm digging into personal style, self-identity, and really standing on my own 2 feet and standing in who I am, that it is very important to me that I have a look that says, oh, that's Mickey Smith. And when you see me today, and you see me 3 weeks from now, and you see me 3 months from now, you are gonna recognize me, right? The hair is not gonna throw you off. You're not gonna stumble and stutter because you're like, I can't quite place her. You're gonna know who I am because this is me. So I think hair is an extension, obviously, of who we are. It's like skin, it's like your eyebrows, it's like your eyes. It's part of us. And we really need to embrace that. So to all my sisters out there, we really need to think about what the hell is it that we're doing? All that money that we're spending on these wigs and weaves and all that, we need to try to direct that to something that enhances what we already have, and to teach that to our daughters, and more so teach that to our sons. So I hope that this has been an interesting conversation and an interesting listen. It's just that sometimes there are these things that I simply need to just get off my chest because I was seeing it everywhere and it started to annoy me. Now, I don't want to offend anyone out there. Like I said, right? I've done the protective styling myself, right? So I'm not here to cast aspersions, just to say, let's give it a thought, let's give it a think. Let's perhaps do a bit of a reset and really look at ourselves and our crowns as what they're meant to be. Our crowns, queens, okay? So thank you for listening. If you wouldn't mind subscribing, liking, commenting, I would really appreciate it. And I will see you next time. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the Black History Month.